Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. We are from Group 3. In this video, we are going to talk about psycholinguistic part production, putting words in one's mouth. Before that, the honorable to our lecturer, Mem Roza Amaliyah, SPD, MPD. Well, now let me introduce myself and my group members. My name is Vahra Dilla Azzahra, and my partners are Roza Amaliyah Syafira, Muhammad Rafi Arlintio, and Muhammad Fadli. Well, my friends, the production of speech is neurologically and psychologically more complicated. The psycholinguists tend to divide linguistic phenomena into stages. There are 4 successive stages of speech production. The first one is conceptualization, formulation, articulation, and the last is self-monitoring. But our group is only talking about conceptualization and formulation. Okay, conceptualization. The process of conceptualization involves determining what to say. These are sometimes also called message level of representation. It is difficult to answer a question where does the very beginning of any spoken utterance come from. Beside the lack of knowledge about how language is produced, it is also because it deals with mental abstraction or concept that it avoids empirical investigation. However, an American psycholinguist, David McNeil's investigation on an interesting mentalistic account of how speech is first conceptualized in human mind. Based on his theory, primitive linguistic concepts are formed as two concurrent and parallel models of thought. They are syntactic thinking and imagistic thinking. Well, this explanation will be explained by Roza Amaliyah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Roza Amaliyah and I'm from Group 3. So, according to David McNeil, primitive linguistic concepts are formed as two concurrent and parallel modes of thought. 1. Syntactic thinking. Thinking in words in linear sequential manner. 2. It spawns the sequence of words which we typically think of when we talk about how language is initiated. Last, it is segmented and linear and creates the strings of syllables, words, phrases, and sentences that together make up speech. 2. Imagistic thinking. Imagistic thinking creates a more holistic and visual mode of communication. It is global and tends to develop the gestures which we naturally use to punctuate and illustrate our conversation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Muhammad Rafi Arlintio, and I will continue the next explanation. The next explanation is about formulation. Formulation is the process of ensuring what we want to say after we have concept in the mind. The identification of formulation process can be seen from slips of tongue like the mistake or spoonerisms named after William Spooner that someone have in saying or writing something. Slips of the tongue is something that is said by mistake. Slip of the tongue is occurred when the speaker actual utterance differs in some way from the intended utterance. The following utterances are categorized into slips of the tongue, namely slip exchange, anticipation, perseverations, addition, deletion, substitution, and blend. The slips of tongue or typographical mistakes are normally in everyday occurrence in your speaking and writing. Slip of the tongue provide psycholinguistic evidence. They allow us to pick in on the production process because we know what the speaker intended to say. But the Unintentional mistake threats the production process momentarily and catches the linguistic mechanism in one instead of production. For example of slip of the tongue is from an article by Rowena Mason in The Guardian. British Prime Minister David Cameron has accidentally described the 7 May election as career-defining, when he meant country-defining. His third gaffe of recent days. His mistake on Friday was immediately jumped on by his opponents as unintentionally revealing that he was more concerned about his own job prospect than the future of the UK. I think enough for me, and the next explanation will be explained by Fadli.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Fadli. In this video, I would like to explain about spoonerism. Spoonerism are words or phrases in which letters or syllables get swapped. This often happens accidentally, in slip of tongue, or tips of the tongue as spoonerism are often affectionately called. It was named after William Spooner, a Victorian cleric and a teacher, who repeatedly blundered through a lecture of sermon which infamous slip in speech production. Spoonerism are phonetic transposition. It is not so much the letters which are swapped as the sound themselves. Transposing initial consonant in the speed of like give the lead of spike, which is clearly meaningless when written, but phonetically it becomes the lead of spike. Spoonerism are slip of tongue in which in actual words of phrases is created often with humorous twist to the meaning which was intended. Usually this happens by accident, particularly if you're speaking fast. Generally, spoonerism, which are produced accidentally, are transposition between words that resemble one another phonetically, such as cuss and kiddle and slow and snip, kiss and cuddle, snow and slip. The phenomena of slip of tongue, like mistake and probably hesitation. For example, indicate that human brain or mind have tried to formulate the concept of language before producing it, and by the occurrence of this we can notify that sometimes the formulation is not formulated well. Well, I think that's all from me. I think that's enough. I'm sorry if I made a mistake. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.